Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome to the Great Hermit ModPack. And we're here at my brand new base location. So, in the last few episodes, a lot of comments have been asking, Scar, go and build a small little base with the other hermits. And that is, hello? Something just hit me. Anyway, build a little house and base with the other hermits, and that's what we're going to do. And I think I found a perfect spot over here to build my little creation that I have in my head. Now, I found this gigantic flat space, which I think will be really, really cool for our building process. And let's just get started with building some building related mods. So that's where I want to start today, is building some things that will help us in our building process. Eventually we got to build that trash can, but where we're going to start is with the builder's wand. That's right. I just found out there's a destruction wand, which I haven't even practiced with, so I can't wait to try that. But I was playing around with the builder's wand in a test world, a little different recipe than we had in Stud Tech. So this is the magical wood, my friends, and then it just requires a bookshelf and of course a gold ingot. So let's see if we can make some magical bookshelves. There we go. And let's just make, I don't know. Oh, we got an achievement. Magical wood. Very beautiful. All right, there we go. So let's take a look at this one more. I really want that destruction wand. All right, there it is. So let's see if we can make this happen. Bam! There we go. The builder's wand has been achieved. Do you want to do the destruction wand? How could we not? I mean, come on now. Ooh, the destruction wand. Look at the achievements we're getting. This is amazing. Okay, all right, we're having way too much fun in that account. All right, why not? The boomerang. I love it. We're just getting achievements. We're making awesome all here, and I gotta try this. How does this work, guys? I just saw that in the inventory there, and I think Iskel's been using it like crazy. Woo. Uh-oh. Oh, it's back. Oh, that's so awesome. Woo! Oh, I love it. I love it. I've seen people use these, but I haven't got a chance to use it myself. This is so cool. Oh, hello there, little chicken. Oh, no, we killed the little chicken. Oh, this is fun. Woo! Oh, I almost killed my dog. Sorry. I feel really bad now. Now I'm not going to play with the boomerang anymore. Okay. What else do we want to build? Hello, bag of holding. You look beautiful. I want you. I'm gonna make you. Let's see how we make you. There we go. And boom, and bam. There we go. I was really stuck with the mods for a while, and bam. Oh no, bam now. There we go. All right, what does this do? Oh, I guess this is similar to what we've already had. Anyway, we've got destruction wands, we got builder wands, we've got magical boomerangs, and what was the other thing? Oh, the angel ring. Yeah, I have no idea how to, yeah, let's not. Okay, what about this one? Oh, the angel block. That's right. Let's see if we can make this real quick. So let's go into our bag of awesome. There's our bag of awesome right there. And then let's grab out a little bit of obsidian. There we go. And we need a couple little feathers. Oh, we got some feathers. Sweet. What else do we need? We've got the obsidian. We've got the gold. We got it all, my friends. Let me show you this. If you're not familiar with this, but I bet you are, but it's amazing. So watch this. This helps us place blocks in midair. Look at that. And then we can build from that. So look at this. How do you actually, I thought you just right click this to retrieve it. Huh. And oh, we just get it magically back in our inventory. Oh, okay, sweet. That is what we need for our building today. We've got the builder's wand, we've got that, we have the boomerang for extra fun. And yeah, so there we go. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building with thatched roof. That's right. We're going to be trying some different materials. We're getting outside of our comfort zone. We're not going to be using dark and light spruce and oak. We're not going to be using, some of those normal materials we always use in our builds. We're going to be using brick. We're going to be using marble, and we're going to be using thatched roof. So I think this is going to be absolutely beautiful, but it's going to take quite some time to get all of those supplies. More wheat than the eye can see, my friends. Look at all the little worms doing their worming things. And there's probably some better ways of harvesting all of the wheat we need for our thatched roof. So in the comments, let me know about mechanisms and things of that nature that will help us harvest more wheat for our roof line, because this is going to take a very long time to slowly harvest everything necessary for this. But I asked X if we could use his enchanter to get some proper armor, so let's go do that. And there we go. So we have found his enchanter. He was hiding on the second floor. So X let us use this, and Oh, I lost all of my enchanting levels via making the magical woods. Oh, never mind. I was going to have some beautiful armor. I was going to be like super decked out and awesome, just strutting around the server with my shiny purple armor. Turns out I used it all for my magical woods. And welcome to our future base location. And what I've been thinking about is having this gigantic section in front of us become a field. So this will be the wheat field, and it'll have a beautiful little path kind of meandering up to here. And then the house will be set a little higher up on the hill. And I think that'll look absolutely beautiful. So let's jump over to our boxes. And I've been collecting and collecting all sorts of resources. So let's jump up here and take a look at what, well, wrong box. There we go. And we've got our thatch. Look at how much thatch roofing we have. We've got quite a bit of clay. And I've been transitioning, of course, these into our bricks because we're going to kind of mix in a little bricks. Now, this is going to be a very, very subtle change. And then we're going to take our chisel and we're going to make it into something amazing. Our marble, as you can see, is going to become our kind of our main building block that's mixed in between the oak logs. And I think you guys are absolutely going to love that. We potentially will use the chisel and the bits to make it a little more awesome. So yeah, that's where we are at this point. I still think we could use probably at least 6 to 7 more stacks of thatched roof. We're good on our bricks, and I think marble is definitely good. I would prefer to use something in the white department with a little bit more yellow. So something like a bone block. Something along those lines, but I can't find anything that's this plentiful as marble at this stage of the game. So we're just not going to find enough bones to turn this entire house into, you know, a bone style house. So unfortunately, that's not going to be a case. So we're going to use marble, which I still think looks pretty darn good. And yeah, so I think it'll be fun having a little pathway come down here through the fields and then up into the house right there. So my friends, I got to get my excavator. I got some work to do on flattening that land. And welcome back to my creeper proof base here. And as you can see, look at all the supplies we have. Amazing. I have been trying to harvest as many resources as possible. Azuma helped me with some wheat production. He's got a cool little facility in his basement, which helped quite a bit. And look at all my dogs. I brought all my dogs over here. Look at how wonderful they are. Some people think I don't like dogs. Look at all my dogs. I even got a robotic dog so people could stop telling me to get a dog. You might have saw that dog in my Minecon vlogs. Anyway, let's get to work. So this is my future spot for my starter base, not to be confused with my future major project of the server, which will be the UFO and or the Tycoon, depending on which one we choose. Everybody has a different opinion, so it's hard to finally decide. But anyway, this is our starter base. And down in this valley, I think it'll be really beautiful to put some farms, a little bit of maybe a stable of some kind where we could put some machinery in there, which I think would look really cool to have a barn, but it's full of like machines. I think that might be kind of fun. And then of course our house will be right here. So let's dive right into it. Now our block placements, let's just drop our blocks down really quick just to get a vague idea of the materials we are going to be using. Now this isn't all of them. And of course we're going to chisel these bricks to make them a little bit more appealing. But these are some of the blocks that we will be using. It's a little bit different than our normal design. So that's what I'm kind of excited about, is trying something outside of our normal comfort zone. And that, of course, is the mod pack in general, way outside of my comfort zone. So let's get right into it. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna build a roof. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's get into it. So it's kind of strange. We're gonna be doing the roof first, but the design of this is kind of complicated. And for some reason in my head, I feel like I could do it easier if I build the roof first and then fill in the bottom. Don't try this at home. All right, so let's dive right into this. So we're gonna click this button right here, and we're gonna go up 2 blocks like that, and then we're going to scoot over to the side 1 block, and then bam, like that. Scoot over again, and then go 2 blocks, and now we're going to do this 7 times. So that's 1, 2, and then this will be 3, and then you guessed it, this one's gonna be 4 and 5, almost up there, my friends, and that's 6. And of course, that is 7. Beautiful. All right, let's jump on down and look at us go. We've got the slime boots on. These things can suck all your time away because they're so much fun to just bounce around. But let's take a look at our roof. So as you can see how we have that up there, and it's 2 blocks going downwards, 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 and then you kind of hit that, and it kind of spaces out and then goes downwards a little bit. So I think that's going to be pretty good. Now we're going to make a couple little modifications here and there, especially down in this little section, depending on where we want to go. And then the top, it's not going to be we're going to add a little more character to it. So don't take it as just straight lines all the way across. But let me finish this section going downwards. And welcome back. And look at that, my friends. I absolutely love that. So you can kind of get a feeling for the main kind of point, if you will, of the house. And then we're going to have some additional ones and all sorts of other details. But I just really want to establish that facade in today's episode. And as you can see, we've got ourselves a lined up positioning of our structural blocks. And our structural blocks, of course, are going to be oak. And I added it to our little palette over there for demonstrational purposes. And let's jump right into it. So we're going to bring these up to, see, that's about 3, 4, 5. And I think these are going to go up to about 7. So that'd be 6, 7. I think that's absolutely perfect. So yeah, it's a decent height. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. If it's not, you know what? We have the destruction wand. So we're good on that account. So let's build up the doorway. So in the center, if you go off the center block right there, you go structural block and then 5 blocks and then another structural block in there. And I think we'll bring this up to about 7 once again. We'll connect it across. So we'll bring this up to here, connect that across. And I think this will give us some really, really fun possibilities in the interior for scale and height and all of those wonderful things. Then we need to have ourselves a little pork chops because, my friends, it looks like it's almost nighttime. And we're gonna jump on, oh jeez. These slime boots are crazy. It just keeps like flying around, but if you hit shift, it does kind of stabilize your flight path. There we go, put that down like that. Cut ourselves down. See, I shift that time. I didn't go flying away. All right, so something seems wrong. Something seems wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind. Never mind. Just disregard anything you ever hear from me. It's usually wrong. I mean, you can take that to the bank. All right, so let's scaffold all the way up here. And let's see, let's put this right there, there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run another row of our oak across here. Now, the reason being is we're going to push our ceiling in this area out 1 block. So we're gonna run it to there. And then of course we'll head over onto this side. And then on the interior section, so on this side down here, so just on the other side, so along that plane right there, that's where the marble and the bricks are gonna go. And the farther you get upwards, you're gonna see less and less of the bricks. The bricks are used to be kind of a weathering effect. So say the house is made of, so we're gonna pull out our materials now, we're gonna bring these guys all the way across. So say the entire house is made of that. The bricks, my idea is that they're kind of that intersection of it. And this white out here is some type of veneer, some type of plaster maybe. And then the bricks are in the interior and it's this plaster starting to break apart. And then you can kind of see those bricks from the interior. Doesn't that sound kind of cool? I think that'll look really cool. And this is kind of like a farm style house of some kind. So I think it'll be really, really cool. So we'll bring this all the way up to, let's bring it up 1 more. And you might be wondering, Scar, what is that magical wand? And of course, that's the wand we built a little earlier. It's called the Builder's Wand. And it is kind of amazing. Look at that. We just built an entire wall. The problem is I'm so vanilla focused that I kind of forget to use it. So that's the thing. Anyway, yes, I love it. Absolutely love it, my friends. A lot of the detailing I'm probably going to do a little bit off camera because sometimes it's just easier for me to focus on that aspect of it when I'm off cam, but that's okay. I think you guys can definitely get the idea of kind of where we're going with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that block off there, and then I'm going to bring this one over here like that. Now you might notice, my friends, that the ceiling or the roof line up here is a little bit out. So we're just going to extend that outwards. And then at the top right there, we're going to extend it out 1 block. And then over this section, we're going to extend it out another block just to give it a little bit more depth. So it's a little bit, different. So it's not just a straight line. But look at that. That is coming out really good. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. So let me start working on that detail, like I said, and I'll catch you guys in just a minute. Working on some of that detail. Now, what I've kind of decided is to go a little more heavy with the brick on the lower level and on the second level, which will go just above this pillar across here. And that one will be a little bit more white. So that one will be a little bit more clean. And then the point above that, so this would be the 3rd story up here. I decided to use spruce on that one. Now we're going to, of course, chiselify it, and we're going to add some more extra little details up there. But what are your guys' thoughts so far here? Now, I know one thing you guys might be saying in the comments right now, and that is, where's that chisel and bits? Where are the chisel and bits? I love the chisel and bits song. Anyway, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to kind of cut some of these bricks out. And one really amazing thing to do about it just is add a little bit more character, a little more rustic to it by just removing, like I said, a couple of the bricks. Now, I did make this really nice palette of all the colors we're going to be using. I had the cobble, I had the different brick choices all the way across here. But unfortunately, a creeper destroyed it, and we no longer have it. But anyway, let's go over here. And as you can see, what we've done is we're just kind of carve in here. And like I've always said when it comes to adding these kind of details into a build, is to start with a blank sheet of paper like we have here. And then from there, you can start to apply all of these different colors to it. And we're not getting super mod focused, as you can see. We're just barely touching the surface of any of the mobs in here. And I think that's a good way of doing it, especially when you're just starting it out. And especially for somebody who's not 100% familiar with some of these mods, I'll be 100% honest. And so I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good. So as you can see, we just kind of fit in a few of these blocks here and there. And we'll definitely add a lot more detail to this bottom section as we kind of move along. And I definitely want to bring some of these down into half slabs and stairs. But as you can see, it's just little layer by layer, and you start to kind of slightly get that vision that I have of this particular design. So where it's fun to do is the higher you get up, this works and sometimes doesn't work. So it's kind of experiment at your own pace. But to try to use smaller blocks, the higher you get, and that just creates that little bit of a forced perspective feel. And it's such an amazing way of incorporating extra details here's and there's. All right, put that there, and then I'm gonna swoop back over here. And it's so hard to manage some of this, especially when there's so many different block choices. But, you know, this doesn't look super well. So, you know, I'm just gonna kind of cut it out and just keep trying different things here and there. Just trying to kind of find that balance that we're looking for with this design. So keep doing this and I'll meet you on that second level. So this is a great opportunity to show you the limitations of the building wand. And as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the maximum radius that this can place a block at, which is okay. It's definitely, I mean, how could I possibly complain, to be honest? But yeah, so if you were to be in creative mode and you had the creative version of this, then it's nearly unlimited, I think, or something along those lines. Anyway, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 blocks going upwards, and I think I'm gonna go 1 block higher. Now we might carve out, like I've said before, this is all just kind of a bit of trial and error. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna carve out that top section on those corners. So I'm gonna bring that up 1 more block like that, and then jump back over to here, and then let's scaffold down just ever so slightly. And then from here, I'm considering potentially pushing this out another block, but I'm gonna bring this upwards like that so it's on the outside of this wall. There we go, looking good, I think, looking good. I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm gonna connect that to there, and then I'm not 100% sure what I wanna do up here yet. So I'm gonna scaffold back down ever so slightly, and then I'm gonna see where our window can go. And I think it can go right in here like that. And then these corner pieces, I think where we're going to need to go at this point is to start bringing the roof outwards. So we need to start bringing the roof out. And it's going to be a little bit tricky. Like I said, the builder's wand's not going to connect this entire roof and start expanding it outwards. It's going to do that in 5 chunks like that. But yeah, let me start bringing this roof outwards a little bit. And welcome back. And I want to show you guys a really incredible mod called Cork. And what it does is it has some amazing little tweaks that have a really vanilla vibe to them. As you can see, the thatch is from Cork, and this amazing block here is an oak log, but doesn't have the raw top similar to a standard one. And this is a really good block if you don't want all of those little tops showing in your build. It's just a really easy and subtle way to kind of clean up your build a little bit. And hello, you're not supposed to be there. I need scaffolding. There we go. Anyway, I really love that mod. And if you want to see a little bit more in depth in this mod, definitely check out Azuma's most recent video, or at least as a recording. If I remember, you know, I'm a little forgetful, but I'll try to put something in the link of the description for you guys to definitely check it out, because he goes over all the mods and all the different little details within the Cork mod. And it's a really good video, so I highly encourage you to check it out. All right, back down here just ever so slightly. And I'm not 100% sure at this point what I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go boom, bada bam, like so, and then I'm going to scaffold upwards just a bit and pull out what I think could be really cool. So what I've got is the 2 different spruce planks. So this is spruce planks with nails, and then this is the spruce plank with nails, but it's a little segmented. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this up like this. I'm going to cut this piece all the way across here like that. And then I'm going to swap out for my builder's wand. There we go. And then I'm just going to scaffold up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to bring this up here like that. There. Oh, hello. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. There we go. All right. I'm going to go back down just ever so slightly. And for some reason, I don't know why this keeps getting swapped out. It's really frustrating. It seems like in vanilla Minecraft, it doesn't replace your tool if you were to like click that or something that wasn't in my inventory. Like if I was over here, I don't know. I don't know why it keeps replacing that tool. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to... What in the world? Oh, I am all over the place today. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to mine wood with a pickaxe. I can't place blocks. I'm just putting them all over the place. You know, it's just normal Scar things. It's no big deal, guys. Don't worry about it. There we go. Put that right there. And I'm going to leave that like so. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to start extending the roof out a little bit. Now I missed the block right there, which is very, very frustrating. So I'm going to get that in there. Awesome. So I'm going to start bringing these guys outwards like this. And what I want to do is I want to bring this out to about 3 blocks. How's that? We'll see. We'll see. We can always make modifications. That's the thing about this. It's just fun, guys. We're just playing around here, trying to find the best solution for the design. If we want to move a block here, if we want to move a block there, that's totally cool. We can totally do that. And I don't know why thatched is the preferred shovel for its destruction, if you will. I don't get that. Shovel? Should it be like at least this? A hatchet? I don't know. Who knows? Let's just see how that looks. Okay, all right, I am liking that. I'm gonna bring this down 1 more block on either side, and I think we're definitely getting there where we wanna go. So I'm gonna bring down this one, and wow, actually I like that. Huh. I was like, oh, I actually like that. I was like, okay, let's see what kind of ridiculous stuff we did. And I was like, oh, it's not half bad actually. Put these blocks there like so. And maybe we just scaffold down and see how this works. And welcome back. And look at that beautiful sunset over our half house. That's right. We have a half a house. There we go. So let's open up our chisel. And I was trying a couple different designs for the glass. And I think my decision I've made for the glass is that we're going to use the steel frame. And then I'm just going to sneak out over here real quick. And I think we're going to go with this one, this iron fence design. I think that looks really nice. And the iron chisel wears out so fast now. It's absolutely incredible how fast that wears out these days. Back in Stud Tech, we could use that for the entire season, but I like it. I like it. I'm not going to complain. I think just little balancing things like that are always super useful, or not useful, but I think they help with the game. And as you can see, I've made a couple more modifications to our lower level of the brick, and I like that. I think that looks really nice. Not having any of it at the top, I think, helps with perspective. And then, as you can see, just up there, I just have little hints of it showing through, and then of course our top is wood. And as you can see, this is the design of glass that I think looks really cool. The problem with it is it's flush with the sides of the wall, and I don't really like that. So with chisel and bits, we're going to push that back in our next episode. We're going to work a little bit more chisels and bits as we make this house, and I can tell you that that mod really is something special. I wish it was a little bit more intuitive. Did I just really fail that word up? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I failed that word pretty bad. Anyway, it's a really, really cool mod. I wish it was a little easier. In some cases, I think some things can be simplified ever so slightly with that mod to make it a little bit better. But for the most part, it's a really, really cool mod. And the mod developer just, yeah, they're good at what they do. Anyway, let's take a look at how this has all come together. So let's back up here just a little bit. And there it is, my friends, looking absolutely beautiful. Oh man, I really, really like this just because of the fact that it's something different. One thing, if I could change it, is make the thatched a little less yellow. It's a little too yellow, but other than that, I think it's really nice, and it has this really kind of different vibe and style, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if there's anything you guys want to change or do different, and we're still going to add more details and start changing some up, you know, little details here and there with chisels and bits. But there we go, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed today as we started our house and built some builder's wands and all sorts of cool little details. And look at all my dogs. Oh, I love them. They're all keeping me company here. But let's wave goodbye to our half house, and my friends, we'll see you later.